Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, ASMR for Moms. Well, you might have just heard a car roll by. This video is actually just being recorded with no editing of any kind, right here on my front patio in the middle of my suburban neighborhood. And I'm just going to chat with you a little bit about what I did today. So, some of you might already know that I'm a homeschool mom. I have 3 kids. One of them is a teenager. I've got a middle schooler who's a preteen. And my daughter is going to be in the double digits, turning 10 really soon, next month actually. And so we homeschool anyway. And so I got up this morning. I don't really set an alarm. I haven't done that in years. But I got up and we got our schoolwork going. My oldest was already up and started by the time I got up. And about half an hour to an hour later, my middle child and my daughter had gotten up to start their day. My daughter's always the last one to get up, but that's okay. She needs her beauty rest. So we started our school day. I realized that I was on my last coffee filter for the day when I got up to make coffee, and that was pretty disturbing. I knew that I had a Walmart grocery pickup later, so I thought, that's okay, I'll just get one at Walmart later. So I'll be going there later tonight for that. So anyway, I made the coffee. I made some for my husband, who is working from home right now because of COVID. So I made him some coffee, and to my dismay, realized that I was completely out of coffee creamer, believe it or not. Shocking, but that's okay because I've been adding coffee to my Slim Fast shake, my meal replacement shake, which that's totally working, by the way. If you watched my last video, or no, I guess it wouldn't have been my last video, it was just a previous video. I was talking to you about my Slim Fast shakes, but anyway, that's still happening and it is working. I've lost about 8 pounds, so it's working. But anyway, I tried to make him a really good coffee with like caramel ice cream topping melting into it or something, but he really didn't like it very much. So he went downstairs and started his day. We started our school day, and usually while the kids are starting their school day, I'm kind of asking them what they want for breakfast. We don't really sit down all together and have breakfast. So I made oatmeal for one with peanut butter, and then another one decided he wanted toast. He got that going himself because he knew exactly how he wanted it done. And then my oldest son actually is not usually a breakfast eater. He just drinks black coffee. Yuck. But he does. That's what he likes. He's actually liked it since he was really tiny. So, okay, we did that. We started our school day. I started on work. I actually did some work here on YouTube. I worked a little bit on my other home business that I have, sent out some emails. I had to do some paperwork today that I was running behind on for homeschooling, so I did that. And I usually just sit at the dining room table and they kind of do their schoolwork wherever. So today, 2 of them were doing their schoolwork out in the living room, and one of them was doing their schoolwork right out in the front room. So they got that going. And then around 10:45, my oldest son has to be taken to work. He's old enough to work, but he's not old enough to drive himself yet. So he went to work, and the younger 2 started on their chores. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't give easy-beasy little chores. I mean, my kids legitimately help with the housework. I always tell them there's no reason that mom should have to do it all because we are all living here making the messes, right? So that's what I always tell them. So trying to think of what some of the things were that they had to do today for chores. I know that there was some vacuuming done. The kitchen and dining room floor were swept. My daughter had to do dishes. Nobody likes doing dishes, so she was pretty upset to see that on her list today, but she got them done. So I had to do dishes. What else? The toilets were cleaned. One load of laundry was done. We do try to do a load a day. So that's all the things that were done for chores. I think there were even a couple of other things, just random picking up and things like that. And then of course they have to clean their bedrooms every day. Now, usually when the kids clean their bedrooms, they just clean it the kid way. The mom way only happens like maybe once a month or something like that. But anyway, so they did their chores. My oldest was at work. Usually once that's done, well, it's nice out anyway, my younger two kids still go play outside. So they went outside while I got some crafting done. I did some crafting today. I was actually working on some fall crafts, like I did a Dollar Tree makeover on a mason jar sign that was turning out really, really cute. Just basically involves like paint and some ribbons for a bow and some twine, just some really cute fall things. So I worked on some crafting, and then I did have a little snack in the morning. What did I have? I think just a little bit of Cheez-Its or something. I have all these little bags that are sorted out into 100 calorie bags actually for like snacks, so that I can kind of just really keep track since I'm trying to lose a little weight. So I had one of my 100 calorie snacks, and then for lunch, again, I did a meal replacement shake from Slim Fast. Really, they're not too bad, I have to say. Now, by supper time, tell you what, girl, I'm hungry. But it works out okay. So I had that, and then I started to think, man, I am tired. I don't want to do anything else. Well, guess what? I almost forgot to make my own children lunch, so we got some Kraft macaroni going. I checked with my husband to see if he wanted any, because again, he is working from home, and he did. He wanted mac and cheese, but he and my daughter like to mix chorizo in, which I think is really bizarre, but they like it, so that's what they had. They all had lunch. I had my shake. And then I thought, oh my word, I almost forgot. I told my husband's aunt and uncle that I would drive them to the airport. They are leaving town to go to Denver, so I thought, oh my word, I need to drive them to the airport. I had almost completely forgotten that I needed to pick them up. So I grabbed my sunglasses and my purse and all that, got in the car and headed to their house to get them. I got there a little early, which is shocking for me, but I got there early and took them on the airport. And of course, on the way to the airport, we were doing all the usual lamenting about COVID and all of that. I could go on forever about it, but I won't for you guys. So we just chit-chatted all the way there, and then I dropped them off at their gate for Southwest. I told them have a great trip, and then I thought, okay, well, I only have about an hour, and then it's going to be time for my son to be picked up from work. So it's like my whole day was just getting away from me. It was kind of driving me crazy. I was just like, where is the time going? But, that happens. So I thought, well, I've got an hour to kill. I'm going to look for the nearest Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go to Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree for all kinds of things, so I thought I'm going to go to the nearest Dollar Tree. Well, I put it in, and I started to drive, and wouldn't you know it, the nearest Dollar Tree was actually kind of in a bad neighborhood. I did not want to go through that neighborhood. I remembered my husband telling me, do not go through that neighborhood, don't go into that area. So I had driven kind of out of the way to get to this Dollar Tree before I realized that, no, I don't want to stop at this Dollar Tree. So I went ahead and just put a different thing in my GPS, the Family Dollar, and I thought, I'll go to the Family Dollar. Well, so I started driving there. I got there. I went in, and truth be told, there was really nothing that I wanted at the Family Dollar. So I just thought, okay, whatever. I just turned right around and left. I basically was just like wasting time driving to places that I didn't want to go, which is crazy. So Okay, I finally get to where did I go next? Oh, I finally put it in GPS to just go up our main road that I needed to go to get to my son's work, and decided I would stop on the way at Michael's craft store. And you're never going to guess. At Michael's craft store, I went in, I picked up a piece of scrapbook paper that I thought I would like for a craft, and by the time I had walked around the rest of Michael's, started to think, you know what, I could get almost all these things for almost half price at Hobby Lobby right now. I'm not even going to buy these here. So I had stopped at one more place that I really did not need to be, which is, again, crazy. So by that time, it was like, well, whatever. It was time to go get my son from work. So I drove the rest of the way up to his work, and I stopped in the parking lot and sat there and waited for him to come out, and just thought, well, this whole day has kind of gotten away from me. I haven't really gotten a whole lot done today. But to be honest, I feel like sometimes, mom life anyway, that's the way a lot of my days go. I just think, I had this whole day, and I didn't really get everything accomplished that I wanted to get accomplished. So anyway, I knew I had the afternoon to just get some things done, so I did get some different things done around the house. Finished a craft I wanted to finish, talked to my neighbor a little bit, and then I thought, okay, I'm not cooking. It's a Friday night. I did not want to cook, so I told my husband, okay, it's fast food tonight. That's all there is to it. He said, okay, that sounds good. He doesn't really make a big stink ever about food. I mean, he just doesn't care. Unless I make breakfast food for dinner, which he does not love, but that's okay. So I said, okay, fast food it is. So my daughter has athletics in the evening on Tuesdays and on Fridays. So I said, okay, Emma, make sure you're getting ready for that. And so she kind of was outside playing and all that. And I could hear her and my son outside playing, and suddenly remembered, oh my word, my oldest son has not finished his school for the week. We need to make sure he finishes and review everything, make sure he's got everything under control. Because basically, he's a high schooler. By the time my kids have gotten a little bit older here, I like them to be self-sufficient. I want to prepare them for real life by having them be self-sufficient. So I told my son, okay, let's go over your week. So we went over his week. Of course, he's going through part of American literature that has a lot to do with poetry, which he cannot stand. So there were some things he needed to go back and do on that he didn't do, basically because he didn't want to. So he kind of did that, and by the time we were done reviewing, which does take about half an hour to review what he's done in the week, I said, okay, my husband was going to take my daughter to volleyball. I said, if you take her, I will go pick her up later, and I'll grab fast food while I'm out. He said, perfect, I'll take her, and I will take the boys golfing with me while she's doing that. So, oh my gosh, guys, end of story. I'm having a great night because my kids are all out of the house. It's just me out front of my yard. Got my dog inside. If you haven't watched my video with my puppy, you need to go to my videos right now and find that one because he's adorable. And his brother is here right now too, his brother Taz. And they're inside right now just looking out the window at me. And I'm out here on my porch swing. I'm not swinging because I don't want to make you guys sick watching it. But I'm by the fountain in my front yard. If you guys can imagine, it's about, I don't know, not even 80 degrees, about 75 degrees, which is my favorite weather. And life is good right now. So that was basically the rundown of my day. Now I'm just going to sit here and wait for my daughter to finish her practice. And then I'll pick her up. And I will go and grab some food. I don't know what I'll get tonight. Maybe you guys can tell me one of your favorite fast food restaurants down in the comments. And then we'll just have kind of a chill night because we've got a long weekend coming up. My kids do not have any athletics in the morning. They usually have athletics in the morning, and they don't have that going on. So somehow I think we're going to have a pretty chill, laid-back weekend, which doesn't usually happen for a mom of three, you know. So anyway, I'm really curious to hear how you guys are doing. I hope this video has found you well and doing well and feeling well. I'm going to chat with you guys real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.